Bonjour et bienvenue. Time for another update by me, Darlene, from downtown Daglan in the Dordogne. Sorry, I couldn't resist. I promise it is me, but with a head cold, so please excuse my raspy voice. Again, I have so much to show you, starting with the stunning colours of the changing climate here, to the chambre renovations, where I reveal the wallpaper colour and design. Shaun makes me an outdoor coffee table that is to die for, and I also learned that I have a very large fruiting fig tree, and so I delve into preserve making. Next, after hearing so much about the flea markets here in France, I go to my very first brocante and spend up big. Lastly, I can't wait to show you the shenanigans of the Daglan Fete, which was a real spectacle here. I thought Aussies liked to party, but the French really have a lust for life here, and we enjoyed nothing but soirees for 3 days straight. But first, please check out my earlier videos if you'd like to learn more about how it is we ended up here. Also, please subscribe to my channel and turn on your notifications so you never miss a future episode. The weather has now changed from what was a very, very hot summer to a very, very wet autumn. Well, the days are certainly getting cooler here now. The temperature has dropped and we are in the season of autumn. It's still a stunning morning though when the sun is out. It's like a heater here in France. The sun, it's a different type of heat from what I'm used to in Australia. I guess, you know, the heat here is direct. It's from that sun source, and yeah, it's there's no humidity, so as soon as you feel that sun on your skin, it's just so nice. So yes, we've got lots of leaves falling. We've got the place looking a little bit more colourful, the colours of autumn. Yeah, reds and yellows. Stunning morning. It's late October. It's a stunning day. And we've had so much rain these last 3 days. And gee, we needed it. It's true what they say about the south of France here. In the country, it gets very dry. Yeah, it's a bit of a problem. I'm going to be learning a lot about my plant selection in the future, and I've learned a lot from what I've bought so far. Good morning, Daglan. But the rain didn't just stop there. It continued for nearly 3 weeks straight. Rain that has saturated all of France and filled up the very dry Sioux River. And turned the Dordogne into a raging torrent. Just gone for a drive. Actually, I went into Sala to do some grocery shopping and drove through Fete. And this is what 2 weeks of constant solid rain looks like. Incredible. We've been on flood alerts, flood warning alerts for some time. I know that it's been worse in areas such as Brittany and Normandy, but yeah, this is something else after such a dry summer. And the guys over here are making the most of it. Gonna do a bit of fishing. Yeah, incredible. The reality of renovations when retired is that, yeah, it's quite tiring work. What does it mean when you're retired? Retired and they're working so hard that you're so tired. So, anyway, it's been a big couple of days. Sitting here going through some dimensions for the wall panelling and moulding for the guest room. Eating some nuts that my husband has brought up, and also drinking a Panforth brew. Cheers. And, oh, it's so good. And watching Shaun play with the new kitty cat. A stray found in the car park in Sala. So we've adopted a little kitten. And originally I was told it was a he. It's not, it's a she. And she is an absolute beauty. I've named her Macy. Macy Gray. She's just a little delight, isn't she, darling?
Oh yeah, she'll keep you awake. Don't worry about that. Delightful.
Yeah. And that's another one saved, hey? I'm hearing horrible stories of all of these kittens that are being dumped in the region over summer. So the least we could do was save one. Really hope I like it. Birds yet. I wonder if this is the top piece. There they are. Oh wow. The tones are perfect. Absolutely beautiful. And this is my not to scale sketch of the guest room and the proportions and so forth, all the dimensions. And I was able, by gathering all those dimensions, to identify then the amount of materials that I need for the wall mouldings to make the wall panels, and also the amount of wallpaper I would need. And that's the sort of design there of the wall panelling. A nice rectangle shape for really, it's a decorative moulding. It's not over the top, but it's quite sweet. The dado rail, I think, will make it pop, which will run along the top. I think it's about 5 centimeters deep. Yeah. Next, I drew the measurements onto the wall to double check. As they say, measure twice, cut once. Then it was time to paint the ceiling before the cornicing went up. Speaking of, this is when we learnt nothing along the external walls was square in the room.
Because you can see how the line there, that finishes down here, and this one's up there. Mm-hmm. So what's going to happen now is this is going to be like that. And the problem if I do this, then the rest of it going forward is going to be, I'm going to end up being out at that corner there.
Can't you just push that edge down?
This one?
That edge there?
Yeah, I can, but then the problem is I end up being out at that corner over there.
Nothing was square in this room, but Shaun managed to work out a method so that the cornicing worked.
Baby, come here. I finished the cornicing for you.
Oh, fantastic.
Gotta fill it with no more gaps and a few other things open, but it's pretty well done.
Yeah, I know it was tricky because I accidentally bought the styrofoam. Styrofoam?
Yeah, it's not the best stuff to work with, but anyway.
You would have thought they had styrofoam cornicing available now. So I bought it online. I didn't see a small detail saying that it was styrofoam. Anyway, darling,
Yeah.
it looks fantastic.
Yeah, it's come up all right.
You've done a great job, babe. I know it was tricky to work with.
And you still haven't even noticed the special bit, have you?
I know that you had to work on this section.
No. Look at the ceiling. Oh, the screams.
My ceiling rose.
Yes.
Wow. Baby, that looks fantastic.
Yeah, I stuck it on.
And it goes so well with the cornicing because the design is slightly different, but I wanted something that was grand. Yeah,
Anyhow.
beautiful. Oh, I can't wait to see it with the chandelier there.
Yeah, it'll look nice.
Yeah, fantastic, baby.
All right.
Shaun was able to then cut the MDF for the wall panelling to size, and it was glued into place, followed by the dado rail. She's beautiful.
Right, that didn't. I was worried it was gonna because it had a bit of a wall in it, and see how we also got the wall comes in here.
Yeah. Very nice. I then secured the mouldings and MDF inserts into the wall panelling. Everything was going so well until it wasn't. Sadly, we've learned that this wall is very warped. I think it bows in the horizontal and the vertical directions. Anyway, it's been problematic. And when the MDF was adhered to the wall, it buckled. So then we had to cut it. Then trim where we'd cut, replaster, re-adhere, replaster, and now I'm gluing the moulding and the other MDF sort of extruding piece back onto the wall. Yeah, it was all going quite well until then, but it's taken a while to dry because the weather's turned here and we've had lots and lots of rain the last 2 weeks, so it's taken that long for this little plaster patch to dry. So there you go. These are the types of things that you've got to allow for, don't you, during renovation? Rightio. So back into the guest room. Today I'm going to finish sanding back these window wells. And then once that sanding is completed, I'm going to start on these wardrobes. And then everything will be ready to start with the primer on the wood panelling. Now I know that you can buy a lot of this plastic wood panelling, or you know, look-alike wood panelling on Amazon and Etsy. That's apparently like it sticks on and peels off sort of situation. But I really wanted something more authentic, something that had some real form to it. And that is why I chose this MDF and these mouldings and this dado frame. And what Shaun came up with was a way to add a little bit more detail and depth to the design, and that was by adding this insert here. And it just, yeah, it gives it a little bit more authenticity, I think. So anyway, the work continues today. I'm really looking forward to making the curtains for this space. I mean, look at that, so beautiful. So beautiful. I'm going to have some lovely satin taffeta curtains. I'm looking at a blush, sort of rose dirty pink. I want them to be full, I want them to be double pinch pleats. And I will be making those. That's my little Chewbacca in here today. Hello, Chewbacca. Yeah, and I cannot wait to get those made. As for the cornicing, I'm just so thrilled with the result. So originally there was no cornice in this room, and I chose this one. Where did I get this? I got this on Mano. But gee, it's come up really well.
Okay, so we've been busy setting up the outdoor setting that we just got the other day, and some mirrors and some other bits and pieces. And my wife would like a coffee table to go there. We looked at buying one there. It was actually really expensive, and I said, well, I can make one that would be very similar. So what I've decided to do is I've got all of these oak sleepers here, which I'm using to fix up the stairs going up to where the pigeon is. So I've decided to grab one of them and split it down the middle, because it is very, very thick and very heavy. And I have taken it into my workshop, and this will probably be the first piece of furniture that I actually make while we're here in France. All that stuff's all of our new kitchen, which has just arrived the other day. What I've done is I've taken this lovely oak timber and I've sawn it down and sized it all up, and there's some imperfections in that because it's not really a furniture grade timber. So I've got some black epoxy coming on the way, which I'll fill some of those gaps up with, and hopefully I'll be able to show you the end results when I'm done.
And this is the final result. Very comfortable. Beautiful acacia timber armchairs. And this lovely daybed. And Shaun's finished the coffee table for it. Very happy. Can you hear that buzzing noise? That is bees and wasps coming after the very ripe fruit we have here. We have figs on this fig tree. There are hundreds of ripe figs that I'm going to pick now. And I'm going to attempt to make my first lot of preserves, fig jam.
Wait till you see who I'm competing with up here. See this little guy? He is loving it. I think he's getting drunk on juice. Oh, there go some cyclists. And yes, I've managed to get lots and lots of fruit. And that's what's happening if I don't get in fast enough to get these figs. They are starting to drop everywhere. So my jam is done. It looks amazing. Can you see that? Oh, it looks so good. I'm so happy. Look at that beautiful fig jam. Okay, so in that I added a little bit of vanilla essence as well, just to give it that little bit of something extra. So now I sent husband to the shops and he came back with these fantastic little jars. They're a perfect size, really, aren't they? Be able to have plenty of those to give to friends and to pop into the fridge. So apparently by using these and sterilising them correctly, which involves soapy water, hot water at first, and make sure they're nice and clean. And then I'm going to pop them into this pot of boiling water once that's ready to go. And then I've got this groovy little lid that has a clip. There's this piece here it's meant to be very good for preserving and ensuring sterilisation. Clearly I'm going to have to give this one a good clean now. Very exciting. My next batch will be ready to go soon and I'm going to be adding some sprigs of rosemary.
It was that time of year to see this little village come to life with a 3-day festival. Starting on the Friday night with animation musicale, flamenco eletrio and paella for dinner. And then Saturday night was a free concert and featured Music Celtic and DJ Genic System. And then Sunday, the big parade. So it's super exciting today as it's the 3rd day of the St. Louis Daglan Fete.
Daglan de Saint Louis Fete. Oh, I don't know, something like that. And today's the day of the parade. So there's a lot of fancy dress for the theme this year, which I believe is the liberation. And yeah, there's a complete array of costumes and of floats that people have been working on here in the village and the surrounding area for probably the last 6 months, I would say. It's such a big deal. So I'm heading down now to see some of my friends. We're going to meet at La Cantina for some drinks. Should be fun. How wonderful is this? I can't see them.
Salut.
Bonjour.
Ça va?
Ça va? Et Lauren? Jeanne?
Ils sont là.
Oh, there they are. Yes, please. Hey.
I figured out what your husband's going to dress up as.
How? How did you figure that out?
Because he's going to come as... What's his
Crocodile Dundee.
Crocodile Dundee.
Not this year, maybe next year.
Not this year.
He's going as Bon Scott from Akadaka, AC/DC. First float at the Daglan Fete. How fun is that? They got me good and saturated. So much fun.
They say a girl never forgets her first brocante in France. Well, they don't say that, but they should. I travelled 20 minutes east to Dordogne, to the very old part of town, for my first ever French flea market. There were a lot of wares, including furniture, linen, posters and pottery, but mostly smaller items, and I picked up some beauties there too. Some of the vendors were open to haggling, but then you had those that wouldn't haggle at all, even when buying multiple items. I still think I walked away with some great bargains though, including an Art Nouveau vanity set, antique Tantalus cabinet, French prints and glass rattan pots. It was my first solo outing too without Shaun, and it was just a beautiful day, enjoying the stunning weather and trinkets. Thank you again to all of those following along and for your lovely and encouraging messages. As they say here in France, et plus tard. See you later.